Oh, ho ho. Guess what? It's Thursday night and we're live. We're hanging out. It's all of us again, back to the grinder. And well, welcome back to Comics Wellspring's live drawing show, Spilled Ink, where we are spilling the ink and spilling the tea just like we do every week. And of course, I'm your host, Brandon Bloxdorf. I am actually still penciling the same page because I didn't draw this week. So we'll knock this out and move to another page tonight. Um, or I might just play with a bunch of new toys I got. I got a bunch of new brushes, so we'll see how that goes. It depends how much I want to pencil while we hang out. But of course, we also have my amazing, astonishing 300 and something panel co-host, Max. Hi, Max. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing good. Yeah, we finished up the inks on this. I think we might change it once we finish up the coloring on it, but I'm gonna color as much of this as I can color today. And I physically can't because I'm relying on data from the future. So we'll see what happens.
I love it. How many panels is it again? 328 or something?
365. It's a year.
365. Oh, okay. Oh shit. I didn't think of it that way. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, amazing. Super hyped to see the progress you make on it tonight. Just like Bob Little, who we've been seeing work on this page the last couple weeks. Man, that is looking great. How cool.
Thanks,
That's some
man.
nice black, dude.
Yeah, we're definitely going to finish this tonight.
Yeah,
We'll get on to the
dude,
next
that's great.
page.
Nice. We'll both be finishing a page and moving to the next one. Except I wish I was inking, man. I can't wait to just ink.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
over
It's always a
pencil.
race to get to the inks. That's the fun part.
Just over. I might just start inking one of them tonight, just or some Inktober stuff, just to have fun for a little bit. And dude, I don't recall the last time me and Ian hung out on this building. I'm so happy you're here, dude. Ian Cinco, hello. How are you? I'm so happy to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to be back on here, man. I don't remember either. I know. I feel like there was a time when it was Max hosting, and we were drawing. We drew zombies one time. That was the last time I remember.
Oh man, I drew zombies last with Jade Louder. Huh.
Yeah.
Dude, Ian, I don't know if we've drawn together.
I don't think we have.
I think it's
Be it
only been
first.
when I'm off and you happen to be available on those weeks and then when Max reaches out. So, dude,
Yeah.
okay, so good. Well, I haven't seen you since New York Comic Con and the craziest moment ever, too. Like walking out of the con, ending it all for myself, and then I see you randomly in the street. That's like a magical,
You
like
gotta
New
love
York
it.
moment.
New York is as big as it is. Well, obviously during Comic-Con, everyone's on the same block. So, but yeah, I loved running into you. That was great. I'm sure you were tired. We were feeling tired, but it's good to see a familiar face.
Dude, same. I was beat. I was super beat, and I was like, man, do I want to try to do something? No, I should just get some food and just relax. I gotta drive. And I was like, I wish I could have seen like a couple more people. And you were one of the people I wish I could have seen that whole weekend. And it just topped it all off. I was like, cool. Saw Ian, checked it off. Perfect. I can't wait to talk about your projects and what you've been up to. Neon Spring is one of the next Cats Comics and Coffee videos going up soon. We're just making a little batch right now, but I think that's gonna be the second one that goes up once they resume. So
Oh,
great
cool,
stuff,
man. I didn't know you were doing that.
Right.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
know if there's
yeah.
anything I can do to help.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. We'll tag you and then get a little collab going and whatnot.
Sweet.
But what have you been up to? What projects do you got going on right now?
At this exact moment, and tonight on the stream, I'm fulfilling the mystery sketches for. Are you familiar with Comic Art Live from Comic Art fans?
Oh yeah. I wanted to be there that weekend. I was out of town though, so I couldn't. But
So yeah, I just did
Yeah,
my second Comic Art Live, and I got about 7 mystery sketches to do. I finished these sketch cards last night, 4 sketch cards, and now I'm going on to these 9x12s. I'm gonna do a magic.
Ooh.
Ian, are you going to OAX this year?
Not currently. I definitely want to get down there, but it doesn't. It's it's expensive. I can't justify. I'm not really trying to travel a lot until I have more comics out. I'm really
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and enter going to LAX this year, actually.
You are?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. I'm not gonna go table or anything. I mean, I'm just gonna go hang out and
Yeah.
socialize and talk to people.
They're
But
trying
yeah,
to get me down there. It's sold out anyway. There's no tables available, so
yeah. I thought you were gonna say there's no tickets available, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm not going then.
as far as I know, you can still go. You can definitely still attend. Yeah.
Yeah. So because my dad's working down in that area, and so
nice.
I think I might go visit him and go to OAX and see what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting more. I'm getting more and more involved with like CAF and the IC3 community. So it only makes sense to get down there at some point.
Nice. Yeah, no, they're good people, Kazra and Matt filled me in on a lot of stuff about the I didn't get to see that whole meeting. I watched like the first 40 minutes, but it was mostly about the virtual con at that point.
I totally missed it.
Oh, okay.
I was so bummed, but I found out it's what is it, September 26th is IC3 in Rhode Island. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, okay. I didn't know how much they announced, so I didn't know how much I could say.
Yeah, they announced it on another stream I was on with them last week, so I think it's cool to say it.
Okay, yeah, it's in the Providence, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's at a soccer field. It's kind of more centralized. There's stuff to do around it and whatnot too. So we're talking to. I think Dan just met with Kazra today or yesterday, and we're talking about some stuff with them.
Nice.
Yeah, they're. I don't know what else they could say. I'll probably tell you off air.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I was.
They were laughing because I don't really know if anything is supposed to be secret, but maybe it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's like segments that I'm not aware if it's public knowledge for me to just tell people and then it spread and then they don't tell me things anymore. But let me catch up with the chat real fast. Victor, what up, my dude? Hello, everyone drawing along while watching. Thanks, my guy. Always good to see you. And Brian Mano says doesn't have to do a SeeraNova. Greg Moquin is awesome, dude. They're great people. We're working with them to do that virtual con next week. So actually, this show, Spilled Ink, is like the little artist alley that they're throwing and whatnot. So we'll have a live drawing show next Friday instead of Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Are we not doing Thursday?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not doing Thursday. No. I don't think we'll get enough viewers on Thursday too, or people with it being a thing and whatnot. Oh, cool. We were just lining people on panels today, Brian. Yeah, I actually was just in a meeting with them. We were just filling in people. It's going to be pretty packed. It's a really good time. 3 days of panels this virtual con, and so we'll be dropping links this next week. We'll share it everywhere. I know they tagged us in a few posts, but I've just helped organize it and kind of come up with some ideas and share some info, get some panelists. Panel applications are still open. I believe there might be a link in the episode description here, but if not, one of our previous episodes definitely does for you to still see what's open. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, what up, Roman? How you doing, my guy? I saw you applied for some panels as well. Pretty exciting.
I'm not really familiar with what you're referring to.
Oh yeah, so we're doing a little 3-day virtual con.
Nice.
This like little this not little, but this comic book publishing, kind of like Apollo and whatnot. SeeraNova, they're cool dudes, Dylan and Greg. And apparently they do this virtual con every year. It's just basically StreamYard panels and a bunch of other stuff. And so we're doing the live drawing show. We're doing a couple panels, some interviews, and starting Black Friday, ending on Sunday. I think it goes from 12 to 8, 12 to 9 on Friday, I believe, each day. So if you want to jump on it, there should be a link in our Spilled Ink chat, but I'll send it to you right after this if you want.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a good A good little weekend. I'm gonna be so tired after that though. Just doing 3 days of talking. I'm like hosting and moderating a few panels. And speaking. I'm probably gonna speak at a few.
Nice.
Just so you were saying that you want to wait to do shows until you get a couple more books out, or a book, another one, a new one at least.
I mean, I do some shows here and there, but yeah, I'm not trying to spend a lot of money without like more actual comics to sell and push, because it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's cool to attend things. I definitely don't want a table without more books though. It's just too much money to spend right now.
Makes sense, dude. Yeah, totally.
You gotta seek out those free and low cost shows, man.
Yeah.
There's plenty of small press, zine fest, weirdo stuff out there that you make a ton of money at because you're the only comics guy and you've got good looking stuff. So that's what I've always done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I say I'm not doing things, but I always end up doing things. So I just don't currently have. The only thing on my calendar is IC3 in September. So I'm kind of happy about that at the moment.
Still, dude, how many books do you have out right now?
I got my art book Erotica. I got Neon Spring issue 0, and then Cosmic Lion put out Lion Cosmique, and I got new Neon Spring pages in that. And then there's the Hellboy book, the Odd Jobbers anthology, that a bunch of us put out.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think those are all my books. I think I got other things I've done, but nothing that I'm selling right now.
Are you working on a book in particular right now?
Yeah, Neon Spring.
Oh, okay, cool.
I work on it pretty much daily at this point. I'm not currently drawing pages, but I'm definitely writing and drawing.
Oh, cool. Is it picking up from the story from the first issue?
No, I've definitely expanded on the world. I didn't know anything about that world when I was making that issue. I just kind of dove in.
That's cool. That makes sense.
So now
I just can't talk about that. It takes place within like such a short time span, and that's what's crazy about books is that it could be years that happens in the book, and yours is such a tight, like a 20-minute drive practically is your story.
Exactly.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, it causes me a little bit of anxiety when I think about how much story I want to tell and how I really want every issue to be like that at the same time. So it's like, in theory, I'd have to make hundreds of issues to tell my full story. I'm not sure how it's all going to pan out in the end.
Interesting. I'm excited to see how that goes though. Are you looking for like collaborative work, or are you just like, if that's a vibe, you would do it and whatnot? How do you operate like that?
As far
I'm
as
sure you get asked to work on stuff all the time.
Yeah, I'm definitely not looking to draw anyone else's comic unless it's like a wild opportunity that pays well, which just that's not coming. I've definitely turned down some like kind of cool things, but the pay was so low. I'm just like, I can't survive on that, and I don't really see how it's going to help my career. So, I've had to pick and choose what I do, but I definitely do covers and pinups. I love doing those. I just got another cover gig today. Yeah, but I writing, I am interested in like someday writing and having other people draw what I write. So I'm not doing everything myself.
That makes sense. That's cool. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
You're kind of at a, I don't know, you've done really good on your branding and getting your name out there and doing what you do. So I think that makes sense for how your style is and whatnot.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's like right now I feel like I just need to continue doing what I'm doing. And then like at some point I'll reassess my whole approach to everything, including collaboration.
Yeah, especially if you have ideas and you could execute those ideas.
Yeah.
It's a long con, man. You know what I mean? Like it's
Totally.
it's a long journey, and you got to take it day by day, or else you're gonna fry yourself out.
Yeah, I've had a crazy year, so I'm definitely not trying to burn out or overdo it or even feed into my anxiety. I'm definitely just like taking steps back right now and staying calm.
Oh, I feel that. Um, yeah, I burnt out a couple times this year.
Really.
Same.
Hardcore.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah,
But,
it was like a few months ago. I was just like, I had said yes to too many things. It was like midsummer, I think. And I was like, I was so tired. I was just like, I'm gonna rewatch Stranger Things, and then rewatching Stranger Things turned into like just binging series after series and not working at all. And I was like, oh, something else is happening right now.
sometimes you just need that rest, though. I'm terrible at giving myself that rest too. Like I'm
Yeah,
not anyone to like give advice, but you really do just got to be bored and veg out sometimes.
totally.
Uh, I mean, I've been pretty stacked with either just drawing stuff or scripts I'm behind on with Apollo, and just running Apollo and CWS. I just like fried out hard, and even doing spilled ink kind of like hurt at a certain point because I was like, dude, I just don't want to move. I just want to eat and sit on my couch. But at the beginning of the year, I had a good stride of like, oh, I go watch TV and draw, and I was just doing a bunch of good stuff.
You do a
I
lot.
think it all.
I don't know how you do everything you're doing.
I don't know either, man. I don't. Just staying afloat, You guys all inspire me. It's because I see everyone else doing killer stuff, and I'm just like, oh, well, I want to get better at drawing, or
Yeah,
um, I want to write I have stories I've been trying to bring to life with my writing and all those opportunities. It's like you were saying, you say yes to a lot of things. That's just what I did, and it pays off a lot sometimes, but it can also bite you in the ass like pretty hard.
totally.
Um, Either from like you end up working with people, you're just like, man, I should have vetted this a bit longer before I jumped into this project. Um, or you do hit a burnout phase where you're not enjoying it and you're not kind of appreciating what's happening to you in that moment either.
Yeah.
So it's but that's why we kind of do this, and we do this together. I think all of us kind of keep each other afloat.
We're in it together, man.
Because it's, especially with comics, you have to, well, with art in general, I think you have to make peace with a whole lot. Um, and understand how it's going to go. You gotta just really just make sure you enjoy it more than anything.
Yeah, that's been really important for me because I did hit. I don't remember how much we've talked about. There was a phase in my life, I would say a solid decade, where I burned out so hard. I was also doing it video for a living at the time, but I really just didn't make art anymore. Really, because I had kind of like burned out and I was tired of everything. I didn't even like what I did anymore. And so when I got back into it, like enjoying it was really actually more important than it had ever been because I kind of had tortured myself before. And I think the lesson was like you can't torture yourself. You can't burn out. You gotta learn how to pace everything.
Yeah, that's just it. And if you pace it right, you really can do 20 things at once. It's like going to the gym and just trying to go like super hard every day. Like you are just gonna like you're literally just gonna like hurt yourself, and you're just not gonna want to go back because your body hurts.
Yeah.
But if you just work out at a decent rate, like you're gonna make that progress, but over time, and that's all this is. But we get excited, man. Like I don't know,
Oh
when I
yeah.
get opportunities or certain things happen, I'm just like, oh, I gotta do this though. Like this is,
I know.
I can't
Yeah.
let
I
this go.
don't really want to say no to anything. I love
Yeah,
everything that goes my way. Yeah.
yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, because it's also a test, it's one thing you're always trying to chase the opportunities that are presented, but it's also like a test of like, can you pull off what you first signed up to do as well before you move on to this next one?
Totally.
Brian Mann in the chat here saying, I'm a new creator. I'm feeling the overwhelming nature of the indie creator and trying to see how I can reduce the load while keeping tasks one at a time.
Yeah.
Uh, knowing the limits of yourself seem to be important in this business.
Yeah, we've been talking about kind of like the idea of seasons or cycles as a creator, just letting yourself have those 3 months to just chill and create, and then having the 3 months to tackle, all the publishing and the business and the release and the networking and the podcasting, and trying to separate those so that it's not so frustrating having to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Roman says you've come to the right place, Brian. Dude, that's so sweet. Thank you, man, dude. Brian's saying, we get excited. Oh, the joy of a creator. Easy to jump at everything. Yeah, no, hands down. Because it feels so impossible, and it's so hard to like get in this circle. Like it's hard to get in to like, oh, I have a book out. I've made a book. I have, creative collaborators and partners, and a supportive community. Like, I mean, Apollo was a podcast for like from 2018 to 2023 until I made a comic. I spent that entire time trying to figure out, how to do it, and that's why I don't say no to anything. I mean, I really wanted this.
Painful to say no to stuff sometimes.
Oh, especially like Bob, you're on that same caliber where I've offered you gigs or like little things, and you're just like, I really want you, but I can't. Like you're really good at.
Yeah, man. I feel like a dick. I feel like letting you down all the time. I just like literally I can't. I don't have the time, and it hurts.
No, but it's smart,
I know. I kind of like saying no now, man, because I know that it means that I get to work on what I want to work on.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. That's true.
Yeah, it feels good after you've done it. It's just doing it is hard.
But what if you want to work on all the things?
Then it sucks. But I also know that, like, I got time left, right? Like I don't know that, I guess, but I know theoretically I have time left to go do those things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's another part where like I feel like I've even done a whole lot in just my couple years of doing comics and being here. So I've been trying to get back to a point of like just slowing down. Like next year is all about just slowing things down again. And I realized that because it got hard for me to write. It was getting really difficult for me to sit down and write. And when I write, like I kind of like I really immerse myself in that moment, like that I'm trying to capture and express. So like you have to really just like stop the world a little bit and dive into that singular moment and just live there for a little while. It's hard when you have 20 things dinging around you for notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, what did you put? I thought you put a story up last night. It was like, if you're one of the 40 messages that I haven't read, sorry.
Dude, yes, yeah.
You're managing
I
a
had a
lot
few-
of stuff. I definitely, my life is scaled back. It's much simpler than it used to be. And even that I have a hard time with.
Yeah, man, it's kind of weird. I'm glad that Apollo has a team now. That's really what it would not be where it's at if it wasn't for the people in the background like Eric Allred and Jake Louder and Hobby and Max and Alex do a whole lot in the background for us.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the one thing I learned like with Eli was like, oh, you gotta find people that believe in the vision to kind of help manage it.
Schwab coached you a little bit?
Yeah, no. So we first met, like I asked him a whole bunch of stuff and gave me a lot of insight because I kind of just I learned a whole lot from Mark Bernal of Lesser Known Comics. Like I learned a whole bunch of stuff from him, and that's where like I kind of watch what LKC does and what Cosmic Lion does, and then I'm like, how do I, do my way of doing that? Like, what are they doing that I wouldn't want to do? So that helps me narrow things down a little bit for an
Nice.
understanding. So, yeah, I credit them with a lot, with good and bad lessons. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone can. It's kind of just like how you learn from observing other creators and what they're doing. Try to do that with other little publishers and publications.
How many
'Cause I
people
don't
are,
really.
are part of Apollo now?
That's a complicated question.
Yeah.
It's probably like the core people that are on like multiple titles, or continue to be like within the community and wanting to put out stuff, or they have stuff putting out, or they collaborate. It's about 20, like 20, like full part-timers and Apollo. But like collaborators, like people who have submitted to our anthologies and like been in one of our books, it's probably over 100 now.
Oh well. Yeah, I meant more like who's like running it behind the scenes, but that's crazy. You get put out a lot.
Running it behind the scenes is probably, it's like 6 of us. It's me, Alex, Eric, Javi, Jade, Max, and then we're like bringing someone else on to like kind of do stuff with us,
Cool.
help kind of manage some stuff, and Ben Collins, actually the Eric Allred's writing partner, he does a lot with us. So it's probably like 8 that kind of like help do things and kind of see how things are flowing.
Sweet.
Yeah. Which is great growth considering that it was just Alex and I, 2 years ago. It's funny because at CWS, like until recently, I was the only one doing like a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of the marketing was like, and just maintaining stuff. Like I was the only one. We're just starting to expand our team barely. We were only a team of like 5 or 6 the past few years. And now we're going to be closer to like the 10, 15 range, which will really change stuff. So it's kind of weird how I have like as one team grew, my like day job team shrunk, but now my day job team is like getting bigger again. I'm like, oh, I could breathe here now pretty soon too. Yeah, I get to. It's kind of cool. A lot of stuff I was initially like hired to do, I'm going to be doing now.
Yeah, I always forget how hard it is to draw and talk at the same time. I don't really I don't often draw and talk at the same time.
Dude, that's why I hate doing pencils while I do the
Yeah,
show,
the
man.
penciling.
Like,
if I'd like totally finished these pencils, I could be talking better. But right now, I'm like hyper focused on figuring out what I'm doing.
yeah, I feel you. I try my best. And like what sucks is that like when I do start doing it, I'm like not happy with the pencils I really produced.
Yeah, I'm feeling that right now. Like,
See, I feel like I should be able to like do what I'm doing right now and talk pretty okay, but a lot of it's like comparing to essentially a spreadsheet of data and then also trying to color in precisely on these panels, and it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Dude, I did something and like my page shrunk. Like I can't, like I zoomed in and it like locked into my zoom.
Oh, because did you transform it? You probably had your
Oh,
transform on, so you better start undoing.
yeah, I'm doing like crazy.
What new
That's right when I
brushes did you
fix this
get?
face. a brush pack from Retro Supply. I can send it to
Oh,
you.
cool.
There we go. Whoa.
I was gonna say Brandon's about to crash out because he found out that he got
Dude,
rid of
I would
the
have
image
I
of
would
his-
have flipped, dude. This is the last panel in this page. I would have fucking I've been like, I gotta go, guys. I'm just gonna go.
Max, you
My
got
my
this, right?
my internet's out. My internet's out. Good night. Sign off. That was great. It's fine. I didn't like what I was drawing anyway, so
I'm so afraid of one of these markers running out halfway through what I'm doing, dude. These markers have been sitting around being unused, and some of them are dried up, and some of them have been used for I don't know what, and so I'm a little scared.
All part of the drama of a live drawing stream.
Yeah. And then I have to problem solve it.
Here we go.
I think I just texted you a link, Bob.
Yes, you did.
All right, yeah, that should open to the where you can download them.
Oh, cool. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's like a lot. Here, I'll show you the link. It is. It's. I've even put everything on my iPad still. I have like an entire thing to still add. Oops.
I don't think I've downloaded mine yet either, but that's okay. I have so many freaking brushes,
I have
and
a
I
lot of-
use like 2, so
I actually do use a fair bit, but I do have the trusty ones that I kind of go back to like all the time. I still haven't found like the perfect inker. That's the one thing. Like I switch back and forth all the time.
I think I'm just gonna ink something for fun tonight. I'm like not enjoying that page right now. I was doing a swamp thing the other day. Yeah, this will be fun. Ah, okay. I'm like I'm having to draw faces right now, and they're not coming out right. And all I'm gonna do is just like get really annoyed, and then end the stream, and then I'm like, I hate this.
Oh, that's great.
So I might as well just like save myself. Dude, there's a lot of freaking brushes in here.
yeah, it's overwhelming.
I was just
It
looking through it
is.
just now. That's so many.
It's a lot. Yeah, no, for sure.
Christmas from Paul, from Brandon.
Yeah, there you go. I always do that. Like I always try to pair brush packs with my artist.
Yeah, you hooked me up with another kit. Is that like the Rusty Nib one?
Yeah, that one was True Grit. And so
That's
like I
great.
kept on getting ads from Retro Supply, and I was like, you know what? Like Black Friday sales are pretty dope. It was half off, so
Sweet.
oh, it sounds like graphite and all that stuff.
Sorry, buddy.
Plus, I have these Inktober like pencils that I never like inked during Inktober. So this will be fun to test all this stuff out on.
Yeah, it's so funny because I'm trying to like dumb down my supplies and like my brushes and all that. It's like I just want
And
to
I'm like
use
here.
the one simple thing that I know it works and like I can do whatever I want with.
Dude, I literally just customized like the perfect inker for myself too recently. Like it is, I love it. Like it was the best thing I've used in a while. It's a rusty nib edit and it bleeds like really well. It feels super nice. And then I got that brush pack and I'm like, oh, I really didn't even get to flourish with this guy yet. Brian in the chat was saying, I feel that as a writer, I'm at my best writing when I perch myself at a cafe for a day and immerse myself for 68 hours. You get more work done than a whole week. No, honestly, you got to figure out how to like turn everything off. And sometimes, when I have a cool little workspace, you know what I mean? Like I have a cool, like you guys see it in the podcast. It's a cool, like a pink couch in the background, this chair and whatnot. Got my instruments around me, lots of inspiration, all the Apollo stuff. Like I'm hyped. But like sometimes you just like super ADHD, so like I'm like all of a sudden I'll just like mess with the cats, or all of a sudden I start organizing stuff because I have stacks of comics that I just move from one pile on one part of the room to another, basically.
Yeah,
Like I
I
try
don't.
to write.
I might have to do that. Just shut everything off to write corpse paint, man. Because I keep trying to write it, and then I like get somewhere with it, and then it disappears for like another 2 months.
Oof, yeah, I feel that. We're just, oh my gosh, I have so many libraries now. I kind of forgot where my super brush was at. Yeah, I mean that's what and with Teenage Babylon right now. I have like 3 pages left of issue 3, and every day, like right before work, I just try to write 2 pages a day. Like if I could just do 2 pages, that'd be great. Today I only wrote one, and then I just started working, which pissed me off because I kind of worked like all day today. Like, I'm taking a half day tomorrow now because of that. Because there's no way I'm working from like 7:30 to 8:30 with an hour and a half break. I can't complain too much though. I think I messed up my brush, dude. This is it. Where did this go? There it is. There we go. Whoa. Do they have like simple? Oh man, this is cool. It's funny seeing some of these things and like I'm never gonna use like half of these
Yeah, that's how
ever.
it goes. There's always a gem, though. That's what I find.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I gave this pack to Mary, who does prepress at work, and she like fixed a whole bunch of edits and like our recent reprint of the Punk anthology. I was like, thank you so much. Like, I can't. I know I'm a pain, but I know I'm just like another customer, Mary. But thank you. There's a bunch of cool pins. All right.
I saw somebody make a parallel pen brush for Procreate, and I almost picked that up, but I just don't draw enough on my iPad, like actually doing kind of inks or anything to necessitate it.
Dude, I can't find this brush. I forgot which one it was. The one I thought it was is not doing it the way it used to.
It was the delusions of customizing your brush, man.
For reals. Huh. Brian was saying a space for yourself to breathe when you're creative with your creativity is so dang important. Yeah, it's why it's cool when you find a nice little like shop you can hang out with. You know what I mean? Like something that's inexpensive that you can hit up often, but also like comfortable for you to work in, you know? I haven't really found that here where I live. We were just talking about that with Bob. I think last episode we are like balancing like having kids and being creative and finding a space where you could do that.
Yeah, it's tough. I actually whenever I do have some quiet time, it's usually in my bedroom, and I'll draw like on the bed, and it's not a desk or anything, but I'll just like set something to draw on and spread out my panels, and that's where I've been drawing most of this comic, to be honest. I don't know if that sounds like blasphemy to you guys or not. You guys are all at desks, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking
Yeah,
like,
I
you're
have
like
a
at
big
your
drafting table.
Yeah, I wish I had a big drafting. I got like a decent table here where I'm working now, but sometimes it's not quiet down here.
Should you just draw on your bed?
Yeah.
I've actually
Oh,
the only time I draw at this drafting table right now is for this show.
Mm.
The rest of the time I'm elsewhere because I don't know, something about the space isn't quite right, or like I just am not enjoying being like locked away in the studio, and so I've been putting it on this big board and moving it around.
Yeah, I like to have a pretty bright space, like sunlight coming in, stuff like that. And right now I'm in the basement. This is where I usually do the coloring, like when I'm working on colors, so it kind of makes sense to be away from the sunlight. But when I'm making, I definitely like to have as much light as possible. Get the music going, get a vibe going.
when you said when I'm inking, it sounded like you said when I'm naked.
Ah!
And I was just like, then that rest of that sentence just continued. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Whatever works.
Like I'm trying to get work done, you know?
Yeah, come
Trying to
on.
be comfortable.
I'm working clothes now.
Now I have to be here, you know? I can't walk around the house like this. Like
Yeah, and now you definitely don't want to be here, so leave me alone.
yeah, yeah, the kids aren't
Naked,
gonna want to be.
yeah, man, naked in the basement making comics.
That's great.
What a life.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that, because other people might have thought the same thing. And
That's how they do things up in Canada.
yeah,
Yeah, for us though.
just to be clear, you did hear me right.
Bob, you're in Canada? Is that what I understand?
Yeah. I live in like a smaller town that's kind of, well, for reference, I always reference Toronto, so it's like 2 hours away, hour and a half or so. Like a little rural city, about 30,000 population. Actually, it's bigger than that now. 40-ish thousand. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you where in New York are you, Ian? Like what little area?
I'm actually on Long Island at the moment. I
Oh,
Smithtown,
cool.
Long Island, but I stay in Ridgewood, Queens. I've been in Ridgewood, Queens for a while now. I was in Brooklyn for like, God, what was it? It was right up to the pandemic, even through the pandemic. Yeah, almost 20 years I was in Brooklyn.
Oh wow.
But I've been in Ridgewood for I feel like at least 3 years now.
Oh, cool. I love that whole area, dude. New York, I feel so like comfortable in New York. It's insane.
Yeah, me too. I love it. It's sometimes I wish I didn't. Sometimes I wish I had this like attitude of fuck New York and I could just like walk away from it and not worry about trying to figure out how to live there. But like, I don't know. It's just great, man. I'm addicted. I'm a social butterfly. I'm addicted to going out and having too much fun. That's like honestly one of my biggest problems in life.
Oh, I feel that. I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Especially when I moved here, I was just like, coming from like El Paso to like being close to big cities, I was always like, oh, that's what, just 2 hours away? I'll be there.
Yeah.
And especially like New York, dude, it's always just so much fun. We're looking to wind up there at some point. Do you feel like there's like just a lot of opportunities for you up there too?
There are, but honestly, with comics and art, like I feel like increasingly my location really doesn't matter, and the things I need to be saying no to are the things that I'm getting when I go out and hang out. So the networking helps me, I think, more when it's like a comic event. Like that's where it like makes sense to go to the conventions and meet people. But
See,
yeah, I don't know.
I thought that, man, and then I moved to Alaska, and then I found out it definitely matters where you live.
Yeah. I mean, I meet so many people, and it definitely makes a difference. I can't say it doesn't, for sure. Like I just go out and I end up, without even intending to meet people, I'll end up getting introduced to people I want to meet by accident. Just by being here. So yeah, I shouldn't undervalue that or understate that. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's yeah, because when I was in El Paso, if I was living in El Paso, I wouldn't have this job, and I don't think Apollo would be like where it is at all. Like, there's no way, my creative career would be where I've wound up. It was too far away and just in just a bizarre area where you just can't like get out of or reach out of. But like I moved to another, Winchester is not like a popping area in Virginia. Like, it's a small little town. But just the opportunities I had because DC is so close, and Philly and Pittsburgh are just 3 hours away. New York's like 5 hours away, 4 hours away. Which, I mean, living in El Paso, the closest city to me was 4.5 hours away. So none of those like drive times are terrible to me at all. But like just having that, being in this vicinity and being near where I could go places, like that's the only reason why like I'm where I'm at doing as much as I'm doing. So I think, it does depend, and you could be in like an off spot, but it just depends where too, like what you're still near. You have to be in a vicinity of stuff buzzing for things to kind of happen no matter what, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bob, you're in Canada. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm close to like Toronto, so like there's bigger things there, and like London, Ontario is fairly big. That's like a half hour away from me. I don't know. I sort of feel isolated, I guess. Like even when I'm thinking about it, like last night, I spent like probably half an hour going online to try to find more community, and I got kind of pulled down the rabbit hole of someone just posted like, "Where's all my Canadian artists at?" And I looked at that. I was looking at the people replying and trying to add people. I'm like, "Oh, cool, there's more people than I knew." But I don't know. So to some degree, I guess it's a little bit isolating. But I guess I turn to like online communities like Apollo, right? Like, well, for me anyway, it's online. So that feels less isolating in that regard.
Yeah, that's
Do you know Hoche Anderson? I think he's up near Toronto.
Hoche Anderson. Not off the top of my head, but
I probably shouldn't really say anything because I don't know, but I have a feeling. I feel like I remember him telling me that he is involved in TCAF somehow. I'm not really sure though.
Looking up right now on Instagram. Sometimes you add people too, like you totally forget, right? Like, but yeah, not off the top of my head.
He did a comic called Godhead.
Cool. I'm gonna check that out.
that sounds familiar.
But yeah, he's a cool dude, and I think he's older, so he's and established too, so he's a good connect. If you can, I could try to connect you if you want.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Ian, did you pencil that like the whole time we were like? Did you start from scratch with that tonight?
I did, but not at the beginning of the stream.
Okay.
I started right before the stream.
I'm saying, man, you were making crazy progress. I gotta like rewatch this to watch you do your thing.
Yeah, this is like far from tight pencils tonight. These like mystery sketches, it's part of the Comic Art Live event where they essentially people buy mystery sketches. You can get a sketch card that's like 2.5 by 3.5 inches or a 9 by 12, and then you pick a character and then they just randomly match you up with an artist, and it's pretty cool. It's like, you know, the artists get a guaranteed amount of money. It's a good way to mix, you know, buyers and collectors and artists and everything who normally wouldn't mix. And it's not like the craziest pay, so it doesn't justify sitting here and penciling for hours. Kind of want to crank it out.
Right. Do you ever find that working quicker though? Like when you just know you have to work quicker. Like, does it turn out better for you, or like, is it genuinely more sloppy?
It's circumstantial, but I genuinely do feel like working too slow gets me too tight, and then I don't like it. You know, too fast is no. It's like the Goldilocks. You don't want to go too fast. You don't.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want to go too slow.
Yeah.
This year's been different for me. For the first year of my life, I had a surgery in January, and I wasn't able to physically move for like a month and a half. And so it was the first time in my life where I took on character commissions. I'd been like adamantly opposed to doing character commissions for my whole life. I had this like chip on my shoulders, like I'm not drawing other people's IP. And but my mind opened up to it last year at some point. I started kind of doing it for fun. And then when I had no choice, I was like, all right, there was like a window to make money doing it. And I started doing it, and I got a lot of commissions this year. And at first it was like, well, the whole time it was just like I got really tight. I got really tight with it. And I've been trying to explore how to like loosen up again. It's kind of like,
I'm always trying to work on that, like loosening up. Like I try to build my speed, but I don't know. I still haven't found that like sweet spot.
Yeah. I do a lot of random like automatic drawing, and with that I've gotten to a point where I can do that. Like I can sit down. I know like, all right, I'm gonna do 45 minutes and I'm gonna be done, or whatever. Give myself 2 hours or 45 minutes. You know, and it's not like I'm drawing a character. It's not like I'm challenging myself with a pose or a background necessarily, but yeah, I do feel like that's helped me with fluidity to some extent. I'm trying to bridge the gap between like a more complicated piece versus those like random ones I do.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I always like to hear like just the workflow with like fellow artists, and you know how quickly they work and how to find that groove and what works for them.
This art thing is hard, man. It's just like
it is hard. I'm like trying to reinvent the wheel is what it feels like, you know. Like I'm sitting here like trying to analyze my entire process so that like it is more efficient and I can do what I want to. And like a lot of it for me lately has been like just trying to like move away from reference and move away from like realism and just to like drawing more authentically to like myself and what I want to be putting out. Because I think I get trapped in like holes of style, you know?
Yeah.
The no reference thing I feel like is really important, because the second I pull out reference, then I become like just trapped in it. So especially when I'm sketching, I sketch real small and I try to do as much as I can from my imagination at first before I start going to Google or Pinterest or anything. And I find that usually provides the best results. If I like start from a piece of reference, I'm usually going to like copy that piece too much.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's fair.
How late do we go? How much time do we have?
Oh, we hang for 2 hours for this one.
Right,
Sorry,
cool.
I fucked up this brush so bad, dude. Like I like was like, oh, you know what? Let me just touch it up a little bit like I did the first time, and I just like destroyed what I was doing with this brush, and I'm so
This
sad.
is the great Bloxdorf crash out episode.
Dude, right? Oh man.
We're here for you though, so we got you if you do. We're not gonna let you crash.
This is why I just ink by hand, you know what I mean? This is why I don't ink.
Brandon's figuring out why we all draw traditionally.
Dude, this is why I do it. Like,
Oh my god, this is awesome.
I'm gonna go back to pencils. That's how annoying I'm gonna get.
That's so
Like,
funny,
well.
dude. You know, some days are like that though. Like I'll sit down and draw stuff, and I'm just like nothing is right. You know,
Oh yeah.
and it's not a waste of a day either. You know, you realize you'll learn or realize certain things, or you know, you just need to have struggle days sometimes.
For sure.
But it is super freaking annoying.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I have a hard time going to bed. Period. But if I haven't had a good productive art day, then I feel upset. On top of the fact that I can't go to bed.
I relate to that. Like if I am struggling with the drawing, it actually kind of pisses me off, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
Gotta figure this out. Gotta fix this problem. And
It kind of sucks. It's not healthy. There's moments where it becomes unhealthy. That's also like part of growing up. I feel like I've become better at managing that, like whatever you call that anxious attitude of when it's time to go to bed. But yeah, I don't know. I still struggle with it. I got really far away from making art. Like I was telling you earlier, I got to that point where I was just like Netflix binging, and then it turned into like an extreme form of procrastination. And the only work I was doing was like other job. I do production gigs. I wasn't actually making art for like a month and a half, I would say. And you know, I was writing still, but like I don't know, writing doesn't satisfy me the way making an image does. So I reached the like level of anxiousness that I hadn't felt in years. And it's like I guess I'm realizing like I have to make art every day, otherwise I start to feel upset.
yeah, and actually, like as much as it can frustrate you, piss you off, like if you are really making something that you're feeling good about, like that can also change your mood too. Like,
oh, totally. Yeah,
I found that like I really do love drawing at night, and then I write in like during the day or in the morning. Flipping that around or doing anything else is really rough for me. But I love being able, like if I have an evening where I didn't pick up something to draw for even just like a little bit or make some progress, I'm annoyed at myself. I'm like I could have done that for at least 30 minutes, and I would have been happier.
So for my day job, I do custom framing.
Oh, cool.
Like mat work and framing, and you know, like fine art framing. And so a lot of that is like really intense, like math and micro detail and minutia, you know, like making sure that spaces are even and getting all of the dust out of a frame and stuff like that. And so after like 8 hours of that, like I've noticed that it really just like kind of saps my brain of like that focus, right? Because I've spent all day
intense focused.
Yeah, intensely focused.
Wow.
And so now I'm trying to adapt from that kind of shift to art and figuring out like, well, how can I still do art after my brain is zapped, or you know, letting loose with the art, or just figuring things out.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could imagine that for sure.
Yeah, my fried out days, that's the ones I try to work through, and that's the hardest one. When you're like, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. I think that's another thing that like I really do try to do is like I have enough projects open where like I'll probably be in the mood to do one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have some easy stuff. I have some pretty hard stuff.
I'm there with you for sure. I have so much. I mean, I have 2 books right now that are like lined up, ready to go, like essentially just waiting to be printed. And so those just need to get finished to like free that off my plate, and then it's time to jump into another one.
Max, you got quite a bunch of books that you put out, right? How many have?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a. If you want to count really like main titles, I only have 2. But if you want to count everything I've ever worked on, I have way too much. Because I've done Bubbles and Family Man as the main 2, but then there's process zines for all of those. There's also all sorts of other zines like the Spilled Ink Year 1 zine, and then all the processes and all that shit. And then like there's also all of the Apollo books that I've like designed, which is like 3 anthologies that I also have some pages in. And then I've also lettered a ton of stuff. So I've had my hands on a lot of projects, but in terms of like my own books that I've put out, it's really only 2.
Kind of me too. I have a lot of like anthologies. I've helped produce a lot of books. I have my stuff in a few anthologies that I've put out, you know. But as far as like a full book, I don't even have a full book out. I mean, Teenage Babylon Zero, that's like 12 pages, you know. But that's my biggest personal book, I guess.
I think I told you I love that name, Teenage Babylon. I'm really intrigued by it, and I can't wait to see what it is. Like,
Thank you. We're making some great strides with it right now. In fact, I'm meeting to talk about some edits on the 2nd script and 3rd script. But issue 1, Christian is doing some final like edits. It's gonna be black and white, so he's just doing some little touch-ups right now. And then Max is gonna letter it, and then I'll probably be crowdfunding it next May of 2026 is the goal.
word.
That's like 24 pages. And then I have another book coming out probably, I think it's September or November next year. Fake Your Death, and that's like, I think art and written pages, it's like 50 something. And so with everything like back matter and some other stuff we're doing, it's gonna be like 64, 70 something pages. So it's a bigger one. But I'll
Right.
have 2 books out next year for sure. But then we're also doing this this big writers room right now with Apollo. We have a bunch of creators involved because we're working with High Times on on some
Oh, cool,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, and so it's a bunch of short things, but that's really exciting because it's a bunch of like smaller projects, but it's really hyped to see where that's going right now.
How are they to work with? Are they just like letting you do what you do, or are they involved heavily?
We're about to get to that point. We're gonna be sending them some pitches.
Okay.
So then we're gonna work with them from there. But yeah, they're great. They've been very informative. They've been working with us on some stuff. They've been kind of clarifying things, and we're really lucky to have a little potential opportunity to be doing some stuff with them.
That's awesome, man. How'd you get linked up with High Times?
Dude, it was just like a cold reach out. I sent them a bunch of Apollo books,
Oh, wow.
like digitally, and then I was just like, "Hey, I would love to do this," and blah blah blah. Like, and they were just like, "Hey, like we're interested. Like, let's sort out some details." So it's we're hoping for like a early 2026 thing to happen with them. We'll probably know more in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we'll be talking about it like crazy. I'm sure. I'm hoping. That's the big thing with Apollo too. We had a lot happen, and we realized that we fell. Where we failed was like not marketing our stuff well enough because so much was released this year. Like so much got covered up that people just weren't aware about or didn't know about, or you know, kind of fell between the sidelines. But we basically produced like 20 books this year of some sort, from like a mini comic to like anthologies and single issues. Like we put out a lot of books this year. But like I feel like only like 5 or 6 out of that amount kind of got traction. I mean, people are still catching up to this Comic Coast Fascist, which is great. But that was January, which was insane. It's interesting, like the life of a comic, because just because it doesn't get attention now, that doesn't mean it won't get attention like 3, 5, 10 years from now, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's sitting on someone's TBR pile, and once it gets picked up, you know, that's when things start to happen. It's just like all of us. I'm sure all of us have huge TBR files.
Yeah, the book lives as long as you're willing to yap about it, really.
Yep. Yeah. And
Which is, I think, something that everybody could do better on, you know?
oh yeah, like I mean, dude, you got to promote your book just as hard a year from its release as you did during the Kickstarter, you know? Like you got to just keep pushing that. Because if not, people are going to forget. People, and even people who don't genuinely want to forget, sometimes like they're just scrolling, and you know, 3 scrolls later they forgot about your book. That's just our attention spans now, which is, it's sad, but you can't blame people. It's all of us.
Yeah.
I thought you were more referring to just the fact that we're indie. You know, it's like our reach is kind of small. So, you know, I've been pushing my art book Erratica since 2017. I've been pushing it, and to this day, like I'll have a month where it's like, geez, I sold more this month than I did the first month I released it.
Yep.
And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I've reached such a small amount of people in the world still, you know. So there's so many more people to reach all the time.
And your audience is constantly growing, too.
Totally.
You know?
They're,
You're gonna
they're,
have a
part,
lot more.
they're part and parcel of it, right? It's like they go hand in hand. Every time
Yeah.
you make a sale, you keep growing your audience, and every show I go to, I just keep meeting like giant communities of people. And it's like, wow, I can't believe we've never heard of each other.
Oh yeah.
Although there's less of that at this point. I feel like now everyone, I kind of like, at least we're all kind of aware of each other online a little bit, but.
Yeah, I think, you know, nobody cares who you are, but once you get in front of them and you like get to put your stuff out, like you're just like, oh, okay, like you just got to connect with people, and then they'll start to care, and then they'll be like, oh, I do want to follow your stuff, I do want to support it. But like an initial, like it's making an organic, oh, I just came across your stuff and I love it, and now I'm a huge fan, I'm gonna buy everything. Like that's the rarest of the rare, I would say.
Yeah, especially for us, a lot of it is people want to be a part of like you and your process, like what you do. And what I heard someone say it is like they almost want to kind of be seen through you and your work and your eyes and everything in a way. They want to be a part of the whole thing. It's not like Marvel or DC where they just want the product and they don't care about you.
Yeah, hands down. When we bring anyone onto Apollo, it's because of vibes. We vet people a lot, or we try to, you know what I mean, as much as possible. But you have to kind of not to be excluding to like some people or whatnot, but like you have to. We want you to fit in. We want you to be comfortable. We want our team to be comfortable. Like it's bringing close friends closer together. We like we're gonna open a Discord, for example, you know what I mean, and because we want to connect with creators, we want to connect with people, we want to be able to, you know, table together, stuff like that. But like in the Apollo team, we keep it pretty tight knit when it comes to like submissions and people, because that's our close community in that sense.
Yeah.
And it's weird because even there's people like, I mean, I've encountered a lot of people that I know, but sometimes if like, respecting someone is one thing. And I think there's a lot of people in the industry I respect. I wouldn't necessarily call them friends or people I'd want to hang out with, but like I respect what they do, and just having that mutual respect actually goes a very far way too. Like, I don't want to exclude them in any way, and we don't exclude each other, but we definitely respect each other for what we do. Damn it.
Gotta hold my breath while I use a ruler.
Do I do that more often than I realize when I draw?
What, hold your breath?
Yeah.
I always say this. I get really pissed off when someone's hanging over my shoulder and they're telling me to breathe. Like, don't forget to breathe. You're not breathing. Breathe. It makes me start to hyperventilate with anger. Don't tell me to breathe.
Just backseating your body.
Yeah, right. Dude, straight up, like, I have a busted nose. Like, it's hard for me to breathe sometimes in general. So I'm just like, I literally can't. Like, my nose is always like instantly stuffy. Because I got punched in the face when I was a senior.
Is that really, you got like literally punched?
Yeah, I got punched pretty bad. This college football player thought I was stealing beer from their party.
Were you?
And I can't.
Were?
I wasn't like stealing it. I was passing it out to friends in the car outside. They punched me in the face.
That's a
broke
worthy
my nose.
cause at that age, man. That was worth it. You were a good friend.
They I left the party and I was like sitting under a street lamp. Like I was in like a video game character. I was just sitting under a street lamp, and my friends found me, and I was just like covered in blood.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was brutal. I had to go to the ER, and they had to like give me a shot to like, I don't know what the shot was for. I was 17 or whatever. But I was like, I'm not good with needles at all, and so like they gave me a shot in my butt, and I was like, it's like the most dramatic scream ever. It's just
The butt shot. I hate those butt shots.
butt shots are the worst.
That's a
I
good
had to
story.
get shots at my butt. It was like this. Okay, if I start at the beginning, it makes more sense. I went to punk rock bowling in Vegas. And at punk rock bowling, they had a non-for-profit called Punk Rock Saves Lives, where essentially you do a little like nose swab, and you go into a database for anybody who has like blood cancer, right?
Oh well.
Just to see if you like match with anybody, and you can donate and whatever. And I was like, sure, whatever, right? They're handing out free water. I was like, dope. And so I did it, and I ended up matching with somebody, which was crazy. And
Is it like you're matching with somebody who's there on the spot?
no. It was like months later. They were like, hey, you're your blood came back as a positive match for somebody with cancer.
Oh wow.
And so I went through all of that. I had to do these butt shots that would increase stem cell growth in my hips. And then they flew me out to Dallas to donate that blood, and that went to some guy, and
That's amazing.
helped him out. Yeah.
Crazy.
Punk
What
rock
blood
really
type?
does save lives.
You said it's a blood type?
It wasn't like it's not just your blood type. It's like all sorts of stuff in your blood that
Other factors, okay.
yeah, because it's pretty easily rejected, and it has something to do with like something in your blood, right? Like stem cells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like all the science on it, but yeah, it was a pretty interesting experience. I'll tell you what, it hurt like hell though. Not the shots didn't hurt, but like the way it made my stem cells grow, it made my hips like all like swollen and crazy.
Oh wow.
It was awful, man.
Did you notice?
Crazy.
Did you notice growth? Like it was a visible growth?
No, it just like it felt kind of like my hip bone was like swelling was what it felt like. So it's not like the muscle or the skin, it felt like my bone was swelling. It was crazy.
Oh, man. Is that like if you do that for long term, are there some bad side effects, or is it like in theory good for you to do that?
So I just did it for like a week,
Right.
and then I give blood, and then I don't do it anymore. So I think that theoretically there can be long-term side effects. What they did, like they would do check-ins, you know, every 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never had any problems, but I imagine it would be good for you because you're increasing stem cells in your body, and that's what your body uses to like make new cells and regenerate and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I've always heard that it was good for you or like beneficial.
Yeah.
I just think of South Park with stem cells. I don't know why I was like that era of South Park when they were doing all that weird stuff.
Science bodies are weird, man. Just in general, bodies are weird.
Oh yeah. And as much as we know, we're still learning what the hell everything is, man.
It's crazy.
When I had that surgery in January, I had complications a week after the surgery, and I had to go back to the ER, and it took 48 hours for doctors to figure out what was happening. I had one doctor look me dead in the eye, and he was just like, "I am so sorry. I have no idea what's going on." And like even after they figured out what was going on, there were still so many doctors who they would come in and act like they knew what was going on, but they weren't filled in, and they literally had no idea what was happening to me. And so they would give me like advice or tell me what to do, and I was just like, you need to get caught up because you actually aren't educated on this shit. I was like teaching doctors in the hospital.
Wow.
Which you have to do. You know, you have to be on top of things because you have to advocate for yourself in a hospital. No one else will.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's frightening.
It is crazy.
How the experts aren't really expert. They're all just like specialists in like a thing. But you kind of have to have like, to save a life, I feel like you often have to have like an understanding of more than one thing.
Yeah, for reals though, honestly, you can't just be like one tracked on something like that. There's way too many things happening that are related to one another that you're like, oh, you can't be like a full body specialist in that sense, but like,
yeah,
you gotta have a pretty good connection to everything.
I feel like that's just that's up to the individual doctors, because there's obviously the system doesn't incentivize anything like that.
Yeah. Sadly.
My mom was with me in the hospital, and she observed that the women doctors would listen to me and all the symptoms, and the men doctors would come in, and they would come in making jokes, like really bad jokes, trying to be comedians, and then they would have this like very arrogant attitude, and tell us what to do, but they hadn't listened to anything, so they hadn't even, they weren't forming a good they had no idea what they were talking about. Essentially, they were just arrogant.
Yeah, man.
Arrogant hockey.
Over the last few years, I've been in a lot of not me personally, but I've been in a lot of hospitals and talked to a lot of doctors, and man, it is crazy out there.
Yeah.
And when you have somebody who is good and like does listen and knows what they're talking about and is trying their best to help you within the system, it's great. But if you have somebody like that who's just not listening, it's the most miserable thing in the world. And it's like, these are people's lives, man.
I know. And they rotate the staff every like 2 or 3 days. So that's the other problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really wild, man. I don't know if you want to talk about hospitals on this show, but man, I could go in.
I mean, that's the thing, especially about being a creator. It's just like, you have to almost have a day job just for your health sometimes. Like if like I have like glasses and like dental stuff I have to take care of, and it's like, dude, without my day job, I can be just freelancing or stuff like that. So like having to face that stuff is rough.
Yeah. Seriously, man.
I can only imagine what hospitals are like in like somewhere like New York too, dude. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's dodgy, man. It's just the luck of the draw. I feel like it doesn't matter where you are. It's just like you're just hoping that like a good person walks in to take care of you.
Yeah.
You're not getting a shit, or like someone who's at the end of their shift and tired, and like whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to get through so they can leave, basically. Yeah, I feel that. I just had to take my girlfriend to the ER like a week or two ago. She got like a small concussion, and so she wasn't bouncing back from it. So we went to go get checked out.
Oh wow!
And dude, it was the first we were tripping out because I had to go to the ER with her for like 2 years ago, and that was like a horrible experience. Like it was just one of those times where you were there from like 8:30 in the morning to like 4:30 or like 5:30 at night. You know what I mean? Like it was a long day of waiting, and then just like rude like nurses and everything too that didn't help her. She had one nurse that actually did help her a lot. And so like this when we took her because of that like concussion, we were just like, fuck, dude, I packed my whole backpack for the day. I made sure I had food on me. Like I was not prepared that first time. I was fucking ready to go the second time. And dude, it was like the smoothest experience ever. Like it was great, like interactive, like doctors and nurses, and they were super cool and sweet, and they like it moved real fast. Like we were in and out within like 3 hours. Like I was like, what the hell? This is the craziest experience we've ever had here.
It's totally like that's the way to do it. I'm like now after all these experiences, like you said, I pack the food, and this is a comic show. I pack comics, man. I bring at least like 3 or 4 books to read.
Dude, yeah, I brought my iPad. I was like, doing so much.
Yeah, just strap in, just get settled in and read what you've been putting off for like months. It's like there is a silver lining.
Last time I went and brought my iPad with me, did some life drawing. I'm sitting there long enough.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do it. It's kind of why I've been wanting to learn more on my iPad too, to get more used to it, just to have it like I'm always gonna do traditional stuff more, but just to have that skill set, you know what I mean? That way if I'm ever on the go, I don't feel like I'm totally relearning something.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's another reason why I like the iPad too. Like I love having it because it's so convenient for stuff like that. Like you just pick it up and you got something to draw with.
Well, I did go back to pencils. Yes, I did. That's where I wound up. Maybe that was a sign, my pen not working, being like, nah, you gotta finish those pencils, dude.
Yeah, totally, man. I can't see the screen. What are you referring to? You talking about your stylus for an iPad not working?
Yeah. Oh, no. It was like I customized a brush, and that brush was like perfect, dude. And then I picked it up right now, and it just wasn't the same. I was like, what was going on with it? It like wasn't tapering off right, and it didn't have that fluidity it had before. And I tried fixing it, and it wouldn't happen. So I just went back to my pencils I didn't want to do. I'm also like drawing like it's this comic goes fascist submission, so I'm drawing Trump right now, and I'm just like over staring at like Trump references.
Yeah, that sounds kind of awful.
Oh yeah, I'm just like
You just gotta take one look and do a caricature, man.
dude. Yeah, I'm kind of that's where I wound up. He gets a little bit more. I have like Erica Kirk on this page too. It's like stupid. It's just like I don't want to look at these people.
With that Charlie Kirk's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm including my Trump-esque character in the future issues. I've been debating that heavily.
I get that.
It's like there's so many reasons not to, and just the fact that I don't want to like look at him or think about him any more than I have to. People take up so much space in our brains automatically anyway. It's like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like it's one thing to be like, oh, I have something to say with the statement, and I'm like able to do it through this. But then after a while, you're just like, I don't want them here, like in my bandwidth right now. I don't want to think about them. I don't want to deal with them at the moment. I don't want to feed more into that energy they have,
Mm-hmm.
satire or not, that I'm doing.
it's a tough call, man. Yeah, when I was younger, I was all about satire, and I really wanted to be a satirist. And the older I get, the more I'm like, I don't really know, man. Maybe I don't. I want it less and less. But it's in there. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Cartooning and satire go hand in hand. What'd you say?
Oh, yeah. I was like, you got to know how to utilize it. You know what I mean? When it's appropriate and when you're just like, oh, this isn't going to this feels good doing it. Not torture.
Yeah.
Kind of getting more comical with each time I draw them too, to be funny.
Are you drawing him right now?
Yeah, just doing a quick little.
I see.
That's the thing. I do like the first panel of him, but pretty decent. I should shift right now. Yeah, I'm redoing a Batman Year One scene for the submission, and so it's like at the White House though. I'm still gonna remember I'm gonna black out a lot of stuff, so I'm just like, just black it out. Don't put the detail there. Just
when in doubt, black it out.
When in doubt, black it out. Exactly. Yeah.
Don't kill yourself. Just black it out. Just black it out.
Do a comic. It's just all black pages.
For reals.
My college professor did that actually. It was black pages and lettering. The idea was that it was first of all, it was for like a 24-hour comic project. And the idea was that like the first page was normal and then an electrical blackout happened. And then so it's just like people talking in the dark. And it was so funny because he said that it was actually way harder to do in 24 hours because he had to fill all of the panels to be black around all the balloons, and I thought that was so funny.
Are you saying they were just literally blacked out panels, no drawing at all, just fully black?
Yeah, it was just full black panels with like text balloons. Yeah,
so
because
it was text. There was like something to read. It was just all black.
Yeah,
That's funny, man. And that was the teacher?
yeah,
I feel like that's like a cop out that like a lazy student would do, not a teacher. I feel like yeah, you're not allowed to do that. You got to draw, man.
It's clever. It's certainly a clever solution to doing a comic in 24 hours. You know.
It's funny, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I've never.
Was there like a publication that your college put out like regularly? Like
no, man. I wish though. That'd be sweet. No, like so for like 80% of my time in college, this particular professor was gone. On like sabbatical essentially, and then came back, and there was no comics class, and then they finally revived the comics class, and then I was like, thank God. Like right before I graduated, I took the class and got to talk to this guy about comics, and he's awesome, man. He's this like French guy who grew up in like the countryside of France and drew comics and got to work on an offset press with his buddies doing this French comics magazine when he was just like a kid. It was pretty sweet.
That's awesome. I wouldn't say I fell out of love with comics, but when I was in college, I fell more in love with like other art and filmmaking. So we had a thing called the Static Fish, and I would make comics for it, but it was like real half-assed, and I wish I didn't. I wish I put more effort into the comics in college. It sucks, but I've been reconnecting with them, and they're still going. They're still doing those 24 hours. They do the 24-hour comics. They do. I think they put out a few every year too. Like not the 24 hours. They just put out like a few actual, like well done comics too.
I want to try that 24 comic day. I feel like that would just destroy me, but
yeah, it would. It's not healthy, but I'm down to do it. Once I finish issue 1 of Neon Spring, I'm down to do something like that. I feel like it's after you've been like cranking really hard on a long hard project, it's probably freeing and fun.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially a page an hour.
Oof. Yeah. I'll do it for CWS. I'll host it. Would you go? I'll just be live for 24 hours.
There you go. Yeah,
that's what we'll do. Just have people jump in.
It's not a bad idea.
I won't even be talking after a bit. I'm just like, you guys need to run this. Like,
there was this thing called the Mystery Train. I forget what it's called. Vision Train. It was like this woman who's part of like Alex Gray's Cosm community during the pandemic started this thing, and like everybody it was just a 24-hour channel. It was always running. People could just come in and out. Like I think there were probably times where nobody was on, but it was international, so often it wouldn't matter like what time of day or night you would go on. There would be someone on. And it was mostly visual artists, but there were musicians and all kinds of other people that would like chime in and either talk or perform, like just kind of whatever. It was like sometimes they would schedule an event, but usually it was just whatever was happening was happening.
that's cool.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to do like bring back like a radio show of some sort. You know what I mean? And have like just comics radio going on.
Yeah,
24/7. You know.
Comics radio, man. Yeah, I mean, if you set it up the right way, there's definitely people around the globe who could participate, and then you wouldn't, you'd put the work in up front, but then you could walk away from it at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm interested in more things like that, more automation. Like I can't even do my show right now because if I did, it would literally be the same thing as like sabotaging my life. I got to get more things in order before I do my show. But it's the
Oh,
best
like
thing,
how
man.
so?
It's just every time I do well, it's not so much doing the episodes is the easy part. It's releasing them, like getting them ready to post on YouTube. I just don't have I need to get a workflow that's more automated. Like I don't have StreamYard. Currently I'm doing like Instagram lives, and then I bring it into Premiere, and I have to like spend some time editing, getting thumbnails together and all that. And it's just like even though it doesn't take as long as it used to, it's too much time for me right now at this moment in time. So I kind of
I
have
get that.
I'm kind of just like not doing it at the moment.
Dude, that's why Straight Up Inspired Inc. is like live right now. That's the only way I could do that show. It's just being live, and I just pump it out that way. Like
Yeah.
we don't have an editor right now, or I have RD making all the graphics for the shows right now.
Oh no shit. Way to
Yeah,
go, RD. I love that
RD
guy.
rules. Yeah, I love them so much. He's the best. But yeah, he's like helping us out with just doing that stuff for us right now, and that's why I was like, if I'm gonna bring back the show, it has to be live. And even that Cats Comics and Coffee thing, I'll film it, I'll do a quick edit, and then Eric Allred will just slap on some music and touch it up a bit. So
Yeah, the key is to make things easy and quick and like less manual labor involved, or less actual like work.
yeah, hands down. Hands down.
It's not like we're lazy people. It's just we got too many other things going on.
And yeah, like that's the thing with the day jobs. We've had so many transitions, and once we got out of a tough spot, then we like had opportunities open up. And it was like, oh, now we're restructuring how we're doing stuff. We're gonna be cutting back on some things temporarily to like see some things grow. When you only have a handful of people, you have to like kind of decide where the buckets should be
Oh yeah.
filling up at, like our fulfillment services are gonna be paused for a bit. I think I'll still work it out with some people where I could maybe do fulfillment for them, But yeah, a lot of our fulfillment services are gonna be pausing. But like that's just because we're shifting from how we're operating now to global scale. So we just gotta get that down.
How's it going with Global Comics? Are you paired up with them at all, or still working with them?
So I think we're gonna be launching some POD stuff in December with them.
Nice.
And but yeah, still a lot of stuff happening with them overall. Good people. We're gonna be working with Comix.1 on some stuff as well. I know a lot of people are on that platform. And yeah, and I just recorded an episode of Inspired Inc. with Dan, our CEO, to talk more about it. It should air during that virtual con actually, so that should be great. It'll be up on YouTube after that. But a lot about what we're doing and why, and the processes, and what to look forward to. He was just on that Prana show, that Prana Direct Marketing. I forget what their show is called, Comic Industry Insiders or something. And so he talked a lot about it there too. It's just how we're partnering with some of these people to get some of this done.
Yeah, you're in it, man. You're really involved with things. I feel personally very isolated. And I'm fine with it at the moment. Maybe I want to change that in the future.
It
Yeah, those colors look good.
it's definitely interesting. You know what I mean? Like I wish I was more involved. Like
Really?
I think I think there's still a lot I don't know, and a lot of people I wish I had like stronger connections with, or
Sure.
but that's just probably like part of like the game and the industry in general. Like you're never gonna
Yeah.
want to stop.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Until I'm like living comfortably, I don't feel like I'm there yet, like, and I'm not. So
I'm not sure. Well, I was gonna say I'm not sure anybody is, but that's not true at all.
yeah.
What's your idea of comfort, living comfortably?
Just not my bank account not being negative a couple times a month would be great, you know. If I could just like buy food and not like worry like how is this going to impact me for the next week or two?
Oh man.
Debt free,
You know what I mean?
debt free with a house,
Yeah,
and be able to buy food comfortably.
yeah, you know what I mean? That'd be ideal.
Yeah, without thinking about it. Yeah.
Or if I just had like a stable income to know stuff's clearing out and I have a couple bucks, you know? Like it's we
Man, debt free with a house. I don't know many people debt free with a house.
oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, you know what I mean? Just like I just want to be able to pay my artists and pay my bills and
Yeah.
eat well, you know, and not have some of this like I don't know. You know what I mean? I just
I mean,
balance a
less
little bit.
stress, less stress, stressed out less about paying bills.
Yeah, you know. That's really it. And hopefully us glowing global can help some of that, you know? Because the easier it is for me, the more opportunities I try to find for people and the more art I can make, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Is what can I do for Apollo? What can I do for comics?
Ask not what comics can do for you, but what you can do for comics, man.
Dude, right? Exactly. That's the mindset. I know what I did differently
Good job,
here.
big
Okay,
bear.
cool.
Take it easy.
I'm back to ruling out panels and doing math again.
Oh no.
God, dude.
I think that's hilarious. I get real mathy from time to time, and then I have to take a step back and be like, wait, what am I doing right now? That's ridiculous. Sometimes it's necessary, though. I'm with you on that. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, so like
take the time up front.
Yeah, I just I colored all I can for this one today. But I mean, this was 365 panels that I had to
Dang,
rule
that's
out and
pretty.
border. So the math on it was ridiculous.
That's awesome, looking, though.
Yeah, it's really
fantastic, Max.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's you know, and it's all reflective of the rain data here. So each color signifies a different amount of rain. But now I'm doing a 4-panel strip on this guy, and I just want to make sure that my borders are nice and even and stuff. So just got to do a little bit of math. It's not so bad. It's not nearly as bad as you know, essentially ruling out 400 panels.
William Ibanez says, I caught the Piranha Show. It's a great channel to follow. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of good conversations that happen on there. Adam Freeman's a good dude.
I'm not familiar with this. What are you calling it? The Piranha Show?
Yeah, Piranha directs. I forgot the third name, but Comic Industry Insiders, I think, is their YouTube channel. I reshare some of their posts every so while.
I'll have to look into that after this.
Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff. It's really just like market research and like shop health and things like that. Like just platforms that are coming out for digital stuff, like what's helping shops, like what's going on with comic book sales and in shops.
Oh,
What
nice.
needs to change with things, you know?
Oh, very cool. I just went deep into well, I don't know about deep. I just listened to the telepathy tapes. I spent the last week listening to the telepathy tapes. You guys heard of that?
No, what
No.
are they?
I forget the woman's name. She started hearing about all these nonverbal autistic children whose parents and teachers swear that their children are telepathic. So she started investigating, and it's like beyond compelling. It's like these kids around the globe who like previously were thought to be, unintelligent or hyper intelligent, and they're actually all talking to each other without ever having met each other. They all know each other. It's pretty trippy, man. There's like there's so many kids around the globe who know each other just by talking. They're like their consciousnesses connect essentially. It's wild.
Wow, that's insane.
It's totally insane. It's becoming like a really popular podcast. It was awesome,
wow.
but I'm done with it. So now I'm like, all right, I got to get back to I got to find some new comic podcasts because I'm out. There's only so much Ink Pulp and
Yeah.
what else do I listen to? They don't actually put that many episodes out. They're pretty sporadic with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
No.
do you like Comic Lab? Have you listened to Comic Lab?
I don't think I have. I don't think I know it.
You should check it out. It's not like both of the cartoonists come more so from Sunday strip style stuff. But they talk a lot about the business of comics and
Nice.
like hypothetical questions and stuff like that. And I think Comic Lab is great to just put on a few episodes every once in a while. And Jake Parker does 3 Point Perspective, which is more about illustration and being a freelance illustrator. But that show's really good too. It's less about comics, but it's still a really good show.
It's more like art lessons.
It's more like I don't even know how to describe it, but talking about project planning and scope and how to get an agent, or if an agent's right for you, or analyzing Kickstarter markets, or or client work, right? How to get more client work, or things like that. It's pretty cool though. And it's coming from, 3 people who have been in industry for a long time.
What's that one called?
3 Point Perspective.
Okay.
But yeah, they talk a little bit about what they're working on, right? Their current projects and how those are going. When I was listening, one of the guys' name was Lee, and he was talking about he was making a tarot deck. And so every week he'd give an update on well, here's the research I did on tarot decks, and now I'm doing thumbnails, now I'm finishing paints, now I'm prepping all the files, now I'm trying to find a manufacturer, now I'm doing all the business marketing. So you kind of get a gauge of the entire process.
Nice. I love I love cartoonist kayfabe. I love all the channels that flip through comics and show the art. But it's really hard to work to that. It's so distracting, and then I end up split between doing my job and watching the show. So I'm definitely looking for more shows that are just you can just listen to them and you don't have to really look.
Dude, one of my favorite, I don't know how they are now, but one of my favorite podcasts ever was Word Balloon. John Suntress, just conversations with creators, and that one is always all audio mostly.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I try to do Inspired Ink. You know what I mean? I kind of it's you go watch us talk, but I don't do visuals for any of that because it's I know a lot of people draw to our show, so it's I think it's cool if you want to watch us, but I think it's cooler just to have us in the room with you talking. Because then it's hard for me to work too. Sketched is another good one because it's just him with conversations. But I was watching that Grant Morrison episode right now, which is pretty cool. But
nice.
I know what you mean. You want to find places that you're oh, I could work and I could do this. This is not distracting me too much.
Yeah.
Honestly, the newest episodes of Inspired Ink, it's been some of the best interviews ever. I feel like I've gotten more insight from our last 5 episodes than ever before.
That's cool. I can catch up on that. I think I'm behind on that one. I'll start catching up on your work, on your Inspired Ink.
Nice. Yeah, we gotta get like an interview episode with you on one day. It'd be cool.
I'm down. I mean, when I have new comics, I'm gonna reach out to everybody and push myself everywhere I possibly can. I'm kind of like, I don't say no to things when it comes to just like talking because it's kind of easy and fun, but I'm not reaching out to anyone right now.
Yeah, I feel that. I totally understand that.
Yeah, I feel like I've been pushing the same book I don't feel like I've been pushing the same book since I put it out like 3 years ago. So it's kind of like, I'm tired of it. But again, like we were saying, it doesn't matter because every time I do a show or whatever, wherever I am, you find someone who hasn't even heard of you. So it's still worth doing.
Do you give any of your stuff out for free? Like, do you do that sometimes? I know
Oh,
you've
yeah.
hooked me up with a copy or two, but
Yeah. I
I
printed 2,000 copies of my main cover. So I still have quite a bit left. And I'm super liberal.
okay.
I don't hold that back at all, man. I'm like, I give it, like, I'm trying to be a little more deliberate, like not just give it out to anybody because obviously some people don't really care at all. But if sometimes I'll just be at a party and I just hand it out at the party, like a party favor.
Yeah, I've done stuff like that. A guy came and dropped something off before the show, and I gave him a little mini comic because we have like the one hitters mini comic. And he was like, "Dude, I love comics. I didn't like that's so cool." And I'm like, "Oh, dude!" And I just got new copies or a new printing of the punk anthology in, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, you know what?" And I just felt nice. And I gave him a copy because he was like, me and my kids like they love reading comics and blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, you could have a punk anthology, dude. Like that's cute."
Yeah, man.
Like, you're just like, I'll do that for you.
I've
I'm
also
excited for
learned
it,
like
too.
it's hard to know who does and doesn't like comics. Like if you're in a room with 10 people who you don't know, you really don't know who's going to actually care. Like you kind of have to just put it
Yeah.
out there and find out. Like,
Straight up.
yeah.
Honestly, and it trips people out like a lot of the time. Like it's Max has it the most when it comes, especially when it comes to our feelings and understandings of AI and whatnot. Like we think of stuff as like creators and artists, and so like to the average person, what we do is just insane, like totally
Yeah.
crazy. It's like a Tuesday morning for us, but it's like the wildest thing to a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, well, and like we hang out with people who draw all the time, you know. So
Mhm.
we like part of us automatically assumes that like people can just draw, you know. But then you go ask like your Joe Schmo friend down the street or whatever, and they can't draw anything, or they're like, oh no, there's no way I could do that, you know. And I find that fascinating because like it's just like my second nature to draw now, you know. So I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
you can't like draw a cube in different perspectives, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's funny because I'm teaching perspective right now to my grade 9 class. There's so many kids who just don't get it. It's wild to me. Like I am racing around. Like I had a class like almost 30 kids, and it's just like so many hands are shooting up, and cool though because they're into it. But yeah, it's they need a lot of explaining. If you don't get
Yeah.
it, you don't get it. You know.
and I always like yell at people who are like that too, because like, well, not because like they like are just starting out drawing, but because like full grown adults who are like, no, I can't draw, I can barely draw stick figures. I'm like, that's not true. If you just like put some time and energy and like focus into it, if you choose to, you can draw more than a stick figure, right?
Absolutely. Like
And
that's what I tell my students every time. You are going to surprise yourselves if you just try to learn a few things, and that is true. They always do.
yeah, and then
You got
I always anybody who's like actually interested in drawing, I always just tell them to go to drawbox.com, I think, and do that. And
What's that?
essentially, so it's a free drawing course / program, and it teaches you to go from drawing a straight line to drawing complex forms and animals and tigers and, you know, ships and whatever, right?
Nice.
and you start out literally by just drawing like sheets and sheets of straight lines and curved lines, and then you upgrade to drawing ovals and ellipses and squares and rectangles, and then you upgrade to cubes and cylinders and stuff, and then you learn how to put those together and whatever, right?
Dude, this is
But
crazy. That's a 250 cylinder challenge, 25 wheel challenge, 25 texture challenge, 250 box challenge.
are you looking at it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a good thing for like even us to do, just to like go back to fundamentals, you know, and just fill up pages and pages with lines and cubes and whatever. Like it changes the way you draw and the way your mind works. It's amazing. And anybody can do it because you're just drawing lines, man.
I've actually really been wanting to do something like that. As I've been like doing these character commissions, I've been watching some of the videos I've been watching are just like inkers inking.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, this isn't me like fishing for compliments. It's like I don't really have like solid inking techniques the way professional inkers do. And like I kind of want to just like I've been thinking about it a lot, like just spending a day making all kinds of marks, not with no intent to draw anything, just practicing the mind hand connection and like different mark making.
Yeah, well, and even like that's another good one to do is texture.
Right.
You just draw like, you know, however many cubes, and then each cube is made of a different material, and you have to figure out how to ink that in black and white, you know, wood and ice and metal and stone and grass and fur, and you know, how do you convey that with black and white lines?
That's sick. Love that. I was gonna say that you've never shown this to me before, but I feel like this was one of our first episodes we did.
Yep.
What's that?
Just these Drawbox exercises.
I was trying to teach you a lot of those exercises so that you could just do them as warm-ups, right? But it's one thing to just like do some of the exercises, and it's another thing to actually do like the projects and assignments that they have.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's just a totally different degree.
It's so awesome though.
Yeah, oh yeah. I gotta try that. I gotta go back to basics every so while. We gotta do an episode like that again, Max. It's been a minute since we're like, let's just.
I'm down, dude. I'd
stuff.
love to do either like heads in space or even just like cubes in space.
Yeah, just to get some stuff down. I'd love to. Because I mean, whenever you do that stuff, you're gonna come out better than when you went in. Like, no matter how, it's gonna make some sort of difference. But you know what? This is insane. Our episode's already over. I can't believe it. This went by fast today, guys. Thank you.
We actually talked a little bit, despite it being hard to talk.
Got some stuff done. I finished this panel. It's all penciled, so I can move on to the next page. Oh, cool. I'm probably gonna sit down and figure out my brush situation, though. But I have all these new brushes. I should just explore those, I guess. You know, screw it. But finishing a page is always nice. It's what we set out to do tonight. So that's cool. So let's go around the room. Ian, why don't you tell us where to find your stuff, anything you're up to, anything you want to announce in general?
Yeah, my website is iancinco.com, which is my name.com. My Instagram handle is my name with an underscore in the middle, Ian_Cinco. You can you can buy my art book Erotica on my website. You can buy my comic Neon Spring on my website. If you buy my art book, you get the comic, so you can just get them together. But then I have other things that I don't really have on my website. So check out my Instagram and DM me. I like to communicate with people. So yeah, I post pretty regularly. I usually try to remind everybody what I have to offer if you follow me there. But yeah, I'm deep in the trenches of trying to make my comic Neon Spring. I've been writing it and drawing it behind the scenes for a couple of years now. And before this year is over, I'm definitely, I'm already doing it, but by the time next year starts, I'll definitely be starting to do pages. I would love to come back on the show and draw some pages on the show.
Oh, always welcome. Always welcome. You know how to jump on. Just let us know in the chat, and you are
Yeah, man.
always welcome, sir. Dude, thank you so much. I'm glad we got to talk. Glad we got to catch up, dude. It's always good having you around.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you killing
I'm
it
glad
always.
you guys. Thank you for having me on. I'm glad you guys do this. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, yeah, that looks great too, man. That skull is epic. Like I might rewatch this to watch you draw that.
This
The magic is awesome, dude. I love the
mystery
magic.
sketch. This mystery sketch was specifically magic in the Pachala style, the Chris Pachala. So it's not.
Oh wow.
I'm not just copying him because I love him, although I do love him and I want to copy him all the time. That's the request. And the skull is my. This is like a mask I made. It's actually like my.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
It's my character, Skull, Master Skull from Neon Spring. So,
Oh wow, yeah, that's sick.
yeah.
Oh wow, hell yeah, Ian. Fuck yeah, dude. Bob, why don't you give us a little sign off as well next?
Find me at bob.little.art on Instagram. I've been working on Avalon, which is a cyberpunk title with writer Alex Batts. And I wrapped up a page too. Pretty pumped about that. I don't know if you could see all of it, but a little bit of an action sequence here.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
I'm pumped about finishing that, and we got to start on the next one here. So pretty psyched to get some pencils down for this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy there, man. It's dope.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oof, that's sick. That's gonna be cool to see you ink. Oh man, I can't wait for that last panel.
Yeah, I'm psyched about that one.
Oh hell yeah.
Great work, Bob.
Cool,
So,
man.
I was looking at your work. You do a lot. You have a lot of great poses. You're,
Thank you, man. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Max, why don't you give us a show? Dude, you got a lot done, Max. That's looking great.
Yeah, so I'm working. This is a new strip that I'm going to be doing, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing next week, unless I finish it. But yeah, so this guy gets to be put away into the morgue and go into the flat file for a little bit until the year's over, because I need more data to color in the rest of the squares. But then this guy will be finished up and done. And
Oof.
yeah, this has been a long. This project's taken a while.
Yeah,
think-
looking
I
at
think
So
it's
good though, Max. Looks fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
gotta rewatch this whole stream to watch you guys do your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Just ignore my part. He's just me playing with pins. For 30 minutes.
We'll be scrutinizing yours too, Brandon.
Well, guys, this has been amazing. We have that virtual con coming up Black Friday weekend next, Friday through Sunday. So I'll be running and hosting and drawing and doing all that then. We have Inspired Ink Monday nights. Sunday night. It's actually Sunday this week. Joel Rodriguez of Metal Ninja Studios. So I'm really excited to talk to Joel. And then we have some cool announcements with POD. Check out that prawn episode if you haven't. There'll be an Inspired Ink episode with Dan Hills talking about just bringing some clarity to how we're running some stuff and how things are happening. And we're gonna go from there. And just a lot of good stuff happening right now. So stay tuned. There's a lot of updates. You'll probably see little tweaks and updates and things changing here and there. And 2026 is looking great for CWS and Apollo City Comics, because right now you could get the notification to notify me on launch for Outer Space #3, which will be launching in January. And a bunch of cool little goodies. We'll be opening up a Discord channel, I think, next week. And we'll be giving away a book for free all of Thanksgiving, Black Friday weekend, because why spend money when you could get a free book and maybe spend your money on our stuff, So support some indie comics instead of evil corporations. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for hanging tonight, guys. This was a blast.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.